Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. In the last session, we have understood about the different AWS security services. We got the overview of different AWS security tools. So now in this particular session, we are going to learn about a very important security tool, which is AWS Shield. And we are going to learn like how this shield actually works and how it actually protects us from the DDoS attack. And also we are going to understand like what is DDoS attack and what exactly the effect of this particular attack when we are not using AWS Shield, and we are going to learn like how this AWS Shield is going to help us or is going to protect us, or I can say cloud services. Okay, so now let's start the session. So in this particular session, we are going to understand about the AWS Shield, and we can understand like how Shield actually works and how it can protect us, or I can say our resources, against DDoS attack. So before starting, first let's just understand like what is DDoS attack. DDoS basically stands for distributed denial of service attack. So let's suppose we are having a server. This server can take, I can say, 1,000 requests at a time, and we are just overwhelming the this particular server with the traffic, and we are just sending 10,000 requests at a time. So what it is going to do, it is going to make the services unavailable for the user. Okay, so why we are actually doing this? So let's suppose I'm starting my own e-commerce brand, and the Deepavali sale is coming, and there are other e-commerce companies are running, and they are just also starting their Deepavali sale. So what I will do, I will perform DDoS attack. I will perform DDoS attack on their websites. I will overwhelm their server with the lots of traffic, which like their website or their server is not going to load, or like their whatever the data they are having on their website will be unavailable. Okay, so why we are actually doing, or why this hackers are doing this? So they can actually make the whenever they want to make any reputational damage or any financial loss, so they generally do something like this. But obviously like it is illegal, but there are lots of tools by which we can perform. But here, yeah, you are just learning about AWS cloud security, so it is not more into cyber security part. So but you should know like what is DDoS attack, so that you can actually save, or I can say secure your AWS resources from this attack. So as you can see, this diagram. So we are having this one kind of attacker bot. These are the I can say different channels from where we are just sending the I can say traffic to the victim. And we are, let's suppose this victim can able to handle 10,000 requests at a time, but we are just sending more than that, so their server will not be able to respond properly. Okay, so this thing comes under the DDoS attack. Okay, so now we are having a service by which we can actually secure, or I can say protect our AWS resources or services from DDoS attack. So what is AWS Shield? So Shield is basically a managed service that protect against DDoS attack. Okay, with the help of Shield, like Shield basically detects and mitigate the attacks in real time without the user intervention. So let's suppose you are having your AWS resource. If you are implementing Shield with this, if you are adding your Shield with this AWS resource, so you don't have to worry about anything. So whenever there will be any kind of threat, this particular shield is going to detect that, and then it is going to mitigate that. Means this shield is going to I can say respond to that attack, and it is going to save, or I can say secure your AWS resources. So now in AWS shield, we are having different tiers, and we are having shield standard and we are having shield advanced. So shield standard tier is basically free for all the users, and it actually protect against the common and low level DDoS attack. But when we talk about shield advanced, it is the paid. It actually I can say the advanced level of DDoS attack we can actually stop from this particular advanced shield advanced tier. Okay, now we are having key features of AWS Shield. So it is having real-time detection and mitigation. So mitigation is basically something like when we are responding back to that attack and we are just securing ourselves. Okay, so it is going to detect the attack in a real-time environment, and it is going to mitigate it. Okay, and then we are having global threat environment dashboard. So with the help of this AWS Shield, you can view the global threat trends and current DDoS activities which are actually going in the world. And we are having advanced layer 3 4 protection, which is like we can understand like shield against network and transport layer attacks like sync and acknowledgement flood. So from here you can understand like we are having like server and client configuration, and whenever we are sending anything or requesting anything to the server, so server is actually like we are just sending one sync package, we are getting acknowledgement, so it is actually making all these things flooded, like the server is getting flooded, so that because what we are doing, we are just sending lots of requests at a time. Okay, so we can actually protect ourselves from these kind of things. And then we are having cost protection. It is not very much costly if you're not using advanced tier, but for advanced tier, like it is costly and you have to pay for that. But for the normal shield, you don't have to pay much amount for this. Okay, so now let's understand AWS Shield practically. So now let me take you to my AWS console and let me show you practically how you can implement AWS Shield. So now let's understand about the AWS Shield. So you just have to type like a shield over here, and you will get something like WEF and Shield. You just have to click over here. So we are getting this window. Okay, so don't get confused, like it is coming for AWS WEF. So here you just have to scroll down and you will get the option as Shield. So for this, like you just have to click on get started. Okay, so now we are just getting the dashboard of Shield. So it is saying AWS Shield manage DDoS protection service. Okay, and AWS Shield provides continuous attack detection and automatic mitigations. AWS Shield offers two-tier of production standard and advanced. I have already told you about. Okay, and this is the global activity detected by AWS Shield, and this is what I have told you. And here, as you can see, in the last week, I think it's a summary of last week. Okay, so the summary of last 2 week. Okay, so these kind of these are the location where AWS detected the DDoS attack, and it actually performed the automatic mitigation as well. Okay, so this is how you can actually understand. Okay, and apart from that, like if you want to see like what kind of attacks are going on, you just have to google it, and you just have to write like threat map, and you will see lots of threat maps. So we are just getting the threat map of Fortinet and Casper Sky. So let me just open the threat map of Casper Sky. So as you can see, these are the attacks which are going on right now. Okay, and this is the real-time data. Okay, so this is how you can actually understand. And apart from that, like we are having Fortinet threat map, and as you can see, these are the real-time attacks which we are getting. Okay, and we can see the real-time data of the attacks which are going on right now. So I'm just showing you the threat maps which are actually going on, because AWS actually provides these kind of things. Okay, so now let's come to the topic. So first, in order to start with the Shield, we need to subscribe to Shield Advanced. So we just have to click over here, and it is giving us some option like acknowledge term services. So I told you like the $3,000 per month subscription fees. So you just have to, I can say, check all these boxes. Okay, and then let's just click on subscribe to a Shield. Okay, and now it is saying add resources to protect. Okay, so if I click on add resources to protect, okay, so we can provide lots of things. Like first we are having resources type. We can add actually CloudFront, Route 53, global accelerator, application load balancer, elastic and elastic IP address, classic load balancer. So these kind of things, or these kind of resource which we can actually use in order to protect ourselves from the DDoS attack. Okay, and here we are having all region, like you can specify from which region you want to protect yourself. Okay, you can choose as anything, okay, as per your I can say requirement. Okay, and apart from that, if you want to choose from a particular thing, so let's suppose I'm just choosing Mumbai. Okay, so from Mumbai we can actually do this thing. Okay, but now I'm just choosing like all global. Okay, and we can load other resources as well. Okay, so we can load the other resources as well, and here it is saying like selected resources are not in selected in the region. So let's just select the resources first. So as you can see guys, like we are here, and we are just trying to load our resources. We are not able to load our resources. Okay, so let's just click over here, and let's just see I can say overview. And in order to set up the shield advanced setup, we need to subscribe to the shield advanced, then we need to add the resources, then we need to confirm AWS CRT support. Means it is basically shield response team, means you are going to just define something. Okay, so when we are just trying to add the resources, you'll be getting something. So I'm just, whenever I'm just clicking over here, and let me just go back first. And if I'll click try to click over here, it is saying cannot enable SRT support because your account is subscribed to the AWS basic plan, because we are using the free tier account, and in order to use this shield, we need to have the advanced account, okay, like business account as well. So we are not able to do it, but it is very much easy. You just need to add the resource. Let's suppose you want to apply shield to your route 53 or load balancers. You just have to I can say add the resource, then you just need to configure the AWS SRT support. It is also very easy. Okay, then whatever the traffic will be coming, like it will be coming through shield, and it will be providing the automatic detection and I can say the mitigation. So I hope you guys have understood practical demonstration of AWS Shield, and you have understood like how this AWS Shield is working and how we can actually use this AWS Shield in our projects. So that's it for now. Thank you so much.